At just 22, Jason Jarrett is not just taking photos, he's developing a reputation and a career. What started behind the lens is now front and center, with major projects rolling in and A-listers seeking his eye, not just his camera. Romardo Lyons has the details in A Ray of Hope.
The journey hasn't been picture perfect, but it's worth a shot, literally. 22-year-old Jason Jarrett has turned a hobby into livelihood, and it all started as a boy in St. Jago Heights in St. Catherine. He's now looking through the lens of financial freedom.
Financially, it actually introduced me into the reality of turning a skill into income. It taught me the importance of consistency, quality, and also professionalism.
From supporting himself through university to vehicle maintenance, his craft continues to make life easier.
If you stay consistent and keep improving, people will start to recognize your work. And most importantly, don't wait for validation to start. Start just where you are, use what you have, and let your work speak for itself over time.
He was dealt a major blow when he lost his mom to cancer in 2022. Photography kept him and a mechanism. He says her support was invaluable.
She was always encouraging me and my interests, and she always motivated me into pushing forward.
And he's been pushing since.
Now seeing how far I've come from learning with their support to being able to, fund my own equipment and needs without having to rely on them, I'm sure that has made them proud.
Now picture this, photography wasn't actually the first thing that captured his interest.
Growing up, I was very science-oriented, and at one point I even considered being an orthodontist, believe it or not. This actually led me to pursue science subjects through CAPE and CSEC.
It all started when his father introduced him to the camera at age 11.
And I became fascinated with taking photos of everyday things, like whether it's nature, cars, insects, or just simply moments that just stood out to me.
But before getting his own, secrecy and calculated moves.
I used to actually take out his camera at times because I was very interested in experimenting and doing my own shoots.
Now he has worked on major projects, particularly in live events and media production.
One of the most consistent projects that I've been involved in is one of the greatest reggae festivals in the world, Reggae Sumfest, where I've worked on the production team and the photography side of things for multiple consecutive years, including this upcoming year, which will actually be my 4th year shooting for Reggae Sumfest.
He says there have been some testing moments as a creative.
Field development is not always linear, and there were moments where I felt like my own growth was slower than expected. So despite the constant effort that I put in, I still believe that I was moving slower or I was behind everyone else.
It may not be considered one of those careers that society puts on the top shelf, but he advises youngsters with an interest that with commitment, their work will always develop into something worth capturing.
Don't let that belief limit you. Photography is a very real career, but like any other creative field, it requires consistency, discipline, and a willingness to develop your skill over time.
With your ray of hope, I'm Romardo Lyons.